And we are here in the off season of our Patriots franchise. Welcome back to the video. And we're going to get right into this. Not going to resign anyone here. Not going to resign Jacoby Myers. Too slow. Bo Allen. Jaywan Bentley. I believe last year I called him Jason. So apologize for that. Jaywan Bentley not going to be back. Adrian Phillips not going to be back. Devin McCourty not going to be back. Just sort of not going to pay him $7 million. Sony Michel not going to be back. We have our new starting running back. We are going to bring back Ty Summers. Just sort of like not as like a starter level guy, but just going to bring him back again for another year. Doesn't really hurt us. Only really small deal here. Lawrence Guy not going to be back. Marcus Cannon not going to be back. Just not very good. Bo Allen, like I said, just all these guys just not coming back. So here's our roster. Here we are on defense at this point. And we need to improve at middle linebacker. Gonna need to sign some free safeties. I think even potentially trying to get better at strong safety, I think, is an option for us at this point. Edge, of course, you want to get better at, but there's not really any edge prospects here in this draft that necessarily stand out. There's not too many edge prospects in free agency that necessarily stand out. It's wide receiver there with Devontae Adams. There's J.J. Watt. Last video, I spoiled it. Baker Mayfield. I believe he doesn't even actually get signed in free agency at all. There's Yannick Ngakoue. But that's a lot of money to pay a guy who's not that much better than what we have. So that's sort of why I'm sort of shying away from that. But there's Jabril Peppers, who very young, Ronnie Harrison Jr. And I just feel like these would be immediate upgrades at strong safety over what we have. Kyle Duggar, just not very good, I don't think. So, but there's Leighton Vander Esch, Jabril Peppers, Sheldon Richardson. I think those are 3 guys that we can bring in. We have the money to do it. I think we can be very good here. And we're going to try to... This is going to maybe be an overpay. Not necessarily what maybe the market would think he's worth, but I think he's worth this just to get a decent linebacker. I know it's not a position that's necessarily valued in the NFL. We're actually going to give him a 5-year deal here, $57.9 million. Going to try to get this deal done with him. And then after that, we are going to turn our attention here to a couple other positions. Trying to look at tight end. If we can maybe get another tight end on this team that could potentially help us out. But no one's really standing out to us right now. Just maybe a little bit too expensive, more than I'm willing to pay for tight end too. Now free agency here, we weren't really bad on the back end, I feel, defensively. So I feel like we can sort of slot anyone in here at safety, at free safety. We're going to bring in Earl Thomas. We're going to try to bring in Earl Thomas. And then we're going to bring in Tedrick Thompson here. I thought about Gerard Wilson, but I believe we signed him in another franchise that we did. So Tedrick Thompson, going to try to bring him in. Still fairly young at the age of 26. And going to give him a little bit more money here. 2-year deal for him. Still has room to get better as a player. And we still have room to get better here at the strong safety position. I wasn't particularly sure who I wanted to go with here. Did I want to go with Ronnie Harrison Jr.? Did I want to go with Jabril Peppers? I decided to go with Jabril Peppers, I think, here. I just think Jabril Peppers... guy is a athlete for sure. 90, just good speed, good play rack, looks really good. So we're gonna sign him up here, 5 years, and we're gonna try to get him on this team. I think he's a very good player, so a guy that we want on the squad for sure. And then after that, we are going to turn our attention here, try to get J.J. Watt. We make an offer to him. Not the best offer. I was willing to overpay here because I think just to get a very good player in Madden terms, I think it's worth it. I don't know if I would want to pay him this sort of money in real life, but in Madden, sure. Jordan Hicks, another linebacker, looks pretty good actually. Going to be our middle linebacker too. 70 75 overall, 30 years old, 1-year deal, and that's fair. So Cedric Thompson agrees, Jordan Hicks agrees, Leighton Vander Esch agrees, Earl Thomas agrees, Jabril Peppers agrees. JJ Watt tells us to go pound sand. It's like, all right, well, cool. So gonna pay a kicker here. Brandon McManus, simply because we had to use our punter as a kicker, because we tried signing a kicker last offseason, then they just signed with a different team for the vet minimum. Like, okay, fine. Gonna bring in Sheldon Richardson here. Then we get into a little bit of a battle with the Jets, which I feel like the Jets don't necessarily need Sheldon Richardson. Like, they already have other, defensive tackles and stuff, so I'm not sure why they're bringing in Sheldon Richardson. I thought they already had a whole bunch of really good ones. So we come here, and 5th-year option time to N'Keal Harry. Just not going to bring him back. Once again, just not quick enough. Made some plays for us, but just isn't fast enough for us. In Madden, I'm not sure. You don't want anyone really. I mean, even a 90 is a little slow. And I believe he has an 87 speed, so don't necessarily want to do that. But here's Davante Adams. Just sitting here. No one's really making him an offer at the price point he's asking. So we are going to make an offer here for Davante Adams. And we're going to take a lot of money off of this contract, actually. A lot of money off of this contract. And then we're going to make a 2-year deal. 2-year offer for him. So gonna try to bring in Davante Adams. Just a super low ball offer. Just sort of seeing if he would be willing to sign this sort of contract. And he actually is. We get Davante Adams on a super low ball offer. Decided just to make a low ball offer as the last stage of free agency and said maybe he takes it. I don't know. And he did. So that's very good for us. We get Davante Adams, 29 years old, 99 overall. And that makes someone in the receiver room expendable. And that person is going to be N'Keal Harry, former 1st-round pick, I believe, going to be traded here to Arizona for a 6th-round pick. Just didn't work out here for us. Just not particularly all that good. And wanted to move on. So there's that. So Jair Alexander doesn't get signed. Baker Mayfield doesn't get signed in free agency. Now, once again, when we go to the actual free agent pool after the draft, they'll be on teams magically. These guys just don't go to the free agent market for some reason. They just get assigned teams. So hopefully that's something they fix in Madden 22 and don't keep here. So this draft class, not the particular best necessarily. We're fine at tackle, I think. Devontae Wilburn we're looking at here, but that's a late 2nd round guy. I just really didn't know what to do. We don't need any receivers, and we're still not particularly set at defensive tackle, even though we brought in Sheldon Richardson. We're not set there at defensive tackle. Could always use help. We need help at edge, but there's no one all that exciting in free agency for me to spend money on as an edge rusher. And so we're just looking around here and trying to figure out where we're going to go in the draft. And Marcus Woodyard, he looks okay. Devin Holdenberg looks really cool, but once again, we have receivers and only ran a 4.57. We got rid of a receiver because he was sort of slow, and so why would we draft a receiver that's kind of slow? So we're looking around here. We do need edge help, and I feel like edge is a position where you just sort of keep trying until you get someone. And Larry Blackburn looked like a really good athlete, had a really good combine, and his speed, acceleration looks really good. Just needs to work on those pass rush moves. Yeah, I'm not sure. So this is a interesting draft class, I have to say. I actually kind of think it's kind of cool. You have guys that do really well in the physical stuff and then are not very good actually playing the position necessarily. So Larry Blackburn, I wouldn't expect him to do anything in year one. Or in his year one or year two, technically year three. So we come here now, and we got to move up in the draft, I think. I just don't like the idea of us sitting here, sort of just sitting here waiting for us to get to our 3rd round pick. So we're gonna have to trade a 2nd round pick again. We traded our 2022 2nd round pick. I forgot for what. I think to acquire Antonio Gibson. I'm not 100% sure on that. So we're gonna trade a 3rd round this year, and then to get another 2nd from the Vikings. Not gonna add for anything else. We just want their 2nd round pick. I don't know if this is a great trade necessarily, but I think it seems like fair value. They get a 2nd next year, they get a 3 this year, and a 6 this year as well. I think that sort of makes up for trading out of the 2nd round. So here we are, 2nd round, pick number 2, and Marcus Woodyard, a guy who we thought about maybe in the 1st round, we take here in the 2nd round. That's an alright pick, I think, actually. 86 strength, power moves look really good as they almost puke. Play rec 77, I don't know how that helps defensive tackles. Awareness is low. Everything else looks pretty good, I think. Once again, I think good athlete, I think, somewhat. So we'll see how he does. 4th round here now. And there's this running back here who ran a 4.29. Has a late 1st round grade on him. We take him here in the 4th round. And Tata Farrell looks really good. 5'9", 185. Sort of an Aaron Jones type of running back, I think, here. And we get him here in the 4th round. 95 speed, 97 acceleration, 92 agility. Really good juke, really good spin move. This dude looks absolutely sick. Change of direction, 88. I mean, this guy looks awesome. So just couldn't pass that up. Now here in the 5th round, Charles Fowler. Power rusher, I guess, I suppose. Just once again, at this point in the draft, you're just trying to find something that you can latch onto. They say it's a good pick. This is just not the greatest draft for high overall players. Lots of projects here. Lots of guys with some potential to do things. And, yeah, I mean, he looks okay. Could grow to be a really good player. And then here at the end of the draft, just gonna need a backup quarterback, I suppose, unofficially, and I don't feel like paying for one. So Theo Quincy, he sucks. If he ever plays, our season's toast. So I think it's an okay draft. It's weird to say it's an okay draft, and I don't expect any of these guys to play. I mean, that's the funny thing. Except Tata Farrell, I'm not really sure how we're going to use him. Definitely going to be a kick returner with that sort of speed and acceleration and agility. So we look at some of the other teams, what they did. I was going through the draft. We didn't miss too bad here, but look at the Panthers. They get a new quarterback here, Hunter Ramey, and he looks really good. So new quarterback of the future there in Carolina. As we just look through here through the draft, through other teams, what they did. The Browns, they didn't take a quarterback at all, so they don't have anyone really at quarterback for them. So I don't know. They just won the Super Bowl and let their quarterback go. And Ravens are drafting a quarterback, A.J. Okoye, out of UW Milwaukee. This guy looks all right, actually. So there's that. So we are going to sign Logan Thomas here, a lot cheaper than what we would have paid if we would have just straight up signed him, which means we have an abundance of tight ends. But that doesn't mean we're going to release Dalton Keene. Dalton Keene is going to convert full-time to our fullback. So we technically do now have a fullback on the roster, and his overall, I think, actually stays relatively unchanged. Actually a 74 overall at fullback, so he actually goes up in overall. Our goal, make the playoffs again. Sorry for the hold X to reorder. I exited out of the game and then it still had that there. So Sheldon Richardson, he has a dev upgrade or an upgrade point here. Not dev upgrade. Kadarius Toney up to superstar. And he gets an upgrade as well. Jabril Peppers gets an upgrade as well. Here we go with run support, just so he's a scheme fit and gets some extra XP. So this is the team here. Paris Campbell moving up the board, up the depth chart. I think our receiving core looks really good. Offensive line looks good, I think. Didn't really need to make any big changes to that at all. Logan Thomas there. Defensively, I think things immediately look better because you look at middle linebacker and you sort of just see a lot better stuff right there, I think. So I think that's always a plus for us. Two other moves I made. This was after I recorded this. We did sign Dean Lowry, and we did sign D Ford. Actually, D Ford will play the right outside linebacker position for us. Chase Winovich moves to left outside linebacker, so he's gonna move over, and so there is that. So very nice stuff there. I think this defense should be better for us next season. And there it is. There's the free agency. I hope you liked it. I want to thank you all for watching this video. We're going to come back with more Patriots franchise week 1 taking on the Houston Texans. So I want to thank you for watching this video. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.